Hey everybody, long time no see. I know, I'm sorry. No, actually, no, I'm not going to apologize for this because really the only reason I'm doing this video right now is purely for my own sanity. I have to be able to have this accountability that I have doing my vlog, and I've started to implement a few changes in the past couple weeks, and I really thought that implementing this last stage, the YouTube vlog, would just help me kind of solidify those changes because it's been difficult, I do have to say. Well, last time you guys saw me, I was getting ready to go to Europe. And I was doing that challenge, the Skinny Me, Bronwyn D goes to Europe, and I was doing very well in it. I think I had lost almost 10 pounds before I went to Europe, and I was on the right track. I was getting back into exercise, I was eating better, I was having the accountability of YouTube again, and I left and I never came back to YouTube, and I feel terrible about that. Mainly because I know what good it would have done me to stay with the program that I was implementing at the time. So I went to Europe. It was an amazing experience. I had so much fun. Ren and I had an amazing time. I wouldn't trade it for the world, even though it kind of threw me off of my weight loss plan at the moment. I would never take it back. It was so amazing. However, I do wish that I would have had a little more control when I got back, because we know, if you've watched my videos before, you know that I've had a history of weight problems. It started when I was young, it's continued into adulthood with me, and it's just kind of something I seem to struggle with a little bit. More than a little bit, quite a bit. Yeah. Anyway, I have started to kind of change the past couple weeks. It's been more than a couple weeks in the making. I started some pretty intensive therapy at the beginning of the year. It mainly didn't start off as I didn't feel like I had any problems. I mean, I felt like I was very self-aware and didn't feel like I had a whole lot to work on. Some more like exterior things that I needed help dealing with. Like I wasn't handling those things well, but in the process of being in therapy for almost 10 months, I have learned so much about myself and so much about things that I didn't even know existed within me. And it's about to get really deep, you guys. Just gonna give you a little warning. So a couple of months ago, I've been kind of hung up on this diagnosis that I got from my therapist. And just for her, it was about 8 months into her knowing me and her treating me. And since I'm a psych major, I'm of course really interested in what is wrong with me. Or it's not that anything is particularly wrong with me, it's just the particular neuroses that I have. I'm just interested in how that happened. Personally, I needed to define it so that I could beat it, whatever it is that I'm dealing with, and I didn't really even know that there was a diagnosis for something that I'm dealing with. Anyway, so she gave me a diagnosis, and she said that I was suffering from body dysmorphic disorder and also an eating disorder called compulsive overeating disorder. Now, I'm not even sure if you guys know much about either of them. I really didn't before she gave me that diagnosis. I honestly never really thought I had an eating disorder. I never thought I had any, well, I knew that I had body image issues, but I didn't understand how deep they were really. And when I learned all of these things, I started to justify my eating habits, and I got pretty deeply involved in this ritual of secret eating and binge eating and being very embarrassed about what I was doing, and I kind of kept it from Ren, and it was kind of a dark place in my life, and it's not even really something I've really shared with a lot of people, but I feel like it's important for me to share it in order for me to get over it. So in that process of me dealing with that, I was still going to therapy. Obviously, I'm still in therapy. And my therapist recommended a few books for me that I thought I would share with you because they have changed my life. They really have. So this particular book is called Eating in the Light of the Moon. And this book has changed my life. It is the most amazing book I've ever read. I mean, I've read some really good books, but particularly this one because it pertains so closely to the matter that I'm facing at the moment. Um, it's how women can transform their relationships with food through myths, metaphors, and storytelling. The author is Anita Johnston. If you're interested, you can buy it on Amazon for like 11 bucks. It's probably the best investment I've ever made, I swear to God. But make sure you read it at a moment where you can really absorb the information and the material, because I have to say, I bought it and I kept it on the shelf for like a month. I just could not face it. I couldn't deal with it. And I picked it up one day. I had thrown it in my purse because I ran out the door and I needed a book. So I grabbed this one and I threw it in my bag, and I picked it up on my way home. I was on the bus and I couldn't even get through the introduction. I was literally bawling my eyes out, so I had to close the book and put it away because I couldn't handle that sort of heavy emotion in public. So I would make sure you suggest reading it at a time where you can really understand and absorb the information. So the past few weeks have been a huge transformation in my life. The beginning of September, I realized that I wanted to change. I realized that I didn't want to be bogged down by these disorders at all, that I knew that if I could get over them or fight them, that I could become a more empathetic person and I could become happy again. And so I realized that all I had to do was educate myself and start change. And it's been a really, really slow, gradual change. I mean, I weighed myself in the beginning of September and I weighed a whopping 210. Yeah. I honestly was in shock when I saw that number because I have never seen a number that high before when I step on the scale. At maximum, it's been like 199. Once I saw that number, and I had actually already kind of planned what I wanted to do or started thinking about an idea, the weight wasn't really the reason why I was doing this. It's not. I am, of course, really not happy at this moment looking the way I do. But I think that I'm beautiful, and I really think that I have potential to be something better, because I know I can. I can do anything that I want if I put my mind to it. So, the thing that I've come to accept is that I have these things that I cannot control within my head somewhere, you know. So it really is interesting because I take that information and I look back on every single attempt of weight loss that I've ever had in my life, and I realize that this is something that is really powerful. It's a lot of hard work for someone who has specific disorders like this, and I don't want to let myself justify it anymore. You know, the entire month of August, I was struggling with portion control, and for some reason, I started turning it around. And when I would go eat at restaurants or something, I would start justifying to myself, oh, well, I have this thing, so I can't control it, so I'm just going to get 2 burgers and 2 fries. And I'm going to go home, and I'm going to eat it there, where I can be in secret. Like, I was sabotaging myself even further. I don't even know how that's possible, but I was doing it to myself, and I realize it now. So, it's October 3rd, and it's been a few weeks since I've been really trying to implement a new lifestyle. Well, I've been back to the gym a little bit. My eating is still not completely under control. I'm still struggling a little bit with portion sizes. But I have been journaling. I've been keeping track of the foods that I've been eating. I've been keeping track of the foods that I've been eating. And making little notes about my day and kind of things that I've been feeling. And the very last part of my plan to get over this a little bit is to start up my vlog again. because I really feel like it's the accountability that I need. I mean, I've spent the last 2 days watching all of my old videos. So I went back to the very beginning, February 2010. I've spent the last 2 days, I've went back into all of my old YouTube videos, and I've been religiously watching them and taking notes. And it's crazy because I look at that girl that I used to be and I have no idea who that is anymore. I mean, it's just such a dramatic change. I don't know how 3 years can do that to someone. I think the reason why all of this has really changed dramatically in the past couple weeks is because I had a bonfire on my birthday. I had a friend that threw me this amazing beach birthday bonfire, and we had a couple friends come out and we had drinks, and my birthday was on September 23rd and I turned 26. So it's been 3 years since I have successfully lost a large amount of weight, and unfortunately gained it all back plus more. You know, I really feel like I have made a lot of progress in the therapy that I've been doing. I actually had a breakthrough just a couple weeks ago, like right after my birthday party. I saw some pictures from my birthday party on Facebook that a friend had just posted to be nice, and I didn't recognize myself in any of the pictures. It was so strange. It was like, in the past, I have always looked at myself with such disgust. I have not been able to control the negativity, the bad voices in my head, like telling me that I'm a terrible person, that I'm fat, and that I'm gross, and that I'm not good enough. And I've always seen myself really big. Like, even when I was thin, I saw myself as big. And I've always seen myself as really big. I've always picked myself apart, and I've always taken the things that I don't like about myself and I've amplified them and I've focused on them. And you know, like the neck thing, I still kind of focus on that, and the jawline, and it's like I'm still kind of obsessive about certain parts of my body. However, I feel like over the past month, since the beginning of September, since I read this book, since I've been journaling my food again, I have seen myself in a different light in my head. It's like that vision of myself being fat and ugly and disgusting and terrible was gone. It was like completely gone from my head. I started not focusing in mirrors so much about my faults, and I have this vision of myself. It's the vision I think that I'm portraying to the world. And that Bronwyn, that me, that side of me that I'm, thinking that I am, was thinner than I am. I have never had that problem before. I've never once thought I was thinner than I actually am. So I feel like all I have to do now, since my mind is in the right place, I have to just let my body catch up to it. Before, when I've tried to lose weight, it's been I've lost this weight, and now I can't keep up with it. My mind isn't in the right space. I still feel like I'm huge. I need to limit my calories more. I need to exercise harder. Oh my God, I'm still fat. I'm still huge, And now I'm picturing myself, I'm portraying myself, I'm living my life as though I'm someone thinner, but I'm actually not. And that's what I mean by I didn't recognize myself in those pictures. And so the only thing I have to do is just let my body catch up to my mind. And I really think it's going to be a much easier process this way, and loving myself already and wanting to treat myself better than the reverse. Like, I'll be happy if I lose weight, or I'll love myself if I lose weight. It's not even about that anymore. It's just that I don't see myself as that person anymore. I wanted to say a couple things about why I feel like my life is a little bit out of control at the moment, because I feel like it's really important to admit those faults so that I can move forward. I really feel like I have been eating without any limits at all. I don't feel like it. I actually know. I know I've been eating with no limits at all. Um, Part of my problem the past, few months has really been I've given into every single impulse with food. I've given into every single craving. Um, I'll wake up in the morning and I'll start thinking about what I want to eat for the entire day. I'll plan my day around food. The only thing I looked forward to was eating, and it was ridiculous. But it's a part of me, and I know that I need to accept it with love, and I'm going to get over it. Another part of my eating problem particularly is I've gotten in these rituals, these habits, where I've started to have specific things at specific times every day. The mornings that I wake up and I go to work early, I will go to the coffee shop right next door and I'll have a bagel with cream cheese. Sometimes I'll get an onion one with sliced up cucumbers. Most of the time it's usually like a cinnamon raisin bagel with cream cheese. I actually really look forward to that every morning. I have to say that it's like the one thing that, this is going to sound ridiculous, but it's like the one thing that makes me get up in the morning, because if I have to wake up that early, at least I know I'm going to get a bagel, I know how sick that sounds, but it's just become this monster, and every single day that I get off work early, like around 1 o'clock, I'll get food and I'll bring it home and I'll just have, an eating fest for the rest of the night. Another part of the problem that I need to address is definitely my level of physical activity. I have a gym membership. I'm a member at 24 Hour Fitness. I got a gym membership a couple months ago and I really haven't been using it. Which is a terrible waste of money. And number two, I have a gym all around me. I don't have a car, so I have to walk everywhere I go. Part of the problem is that I found a way around the walking. Hills give me a lot of anxiety, and the hills make me nervous. Like, I know that I'm going to walk up them and I'm going to be huffing and puffing and it's going to be hard. And I found a way around it. So I'm taking the bus everywhere. I'm taking the bus a few blocks uphill. I'm taking the bus to the grocery store. I'm taking the bus back from the grocery store. There was a time in my life where I was walking everywhere and I did everything by my own body. I really feel like I've had a very significant internal transformation. And that internal transformation has literally changed not only my mind, but it's changed who I am. I really feel like I need to start doing a video a day. I really want to be able to feel like I have this accountability for every day. I want to start exercising consistently. I would really like to go at least 4 times a week. I want to show accountability and show that I've been to the gym. I want to post the picture like I just did. I want to have that proof that I did it. I just need to get back in the habit. There's this light within me, and my exterior is not reflective of that. I have sabotaged myself. I have gained this weight because I haven't been in control of it. And maybe this is something I can't ever control. But I sure want to give it a shot because I feel like I deserve better. I deserve to put on any clothes I want and feel comfortable. I deserve to be able to walk around the city and enjoy it. I deserve to be active and I deserve to be happy. And I know that I can. I know that I can. I know that I can. I have the confidence within myself. So I hope that you all welcome me back with open arms. I'm excited to be back. I definitely have some big plans for this channel. I'll make another video tomorrow. Tomorrow, on top of making another video, I'm going to show another screenshot of my workout. Planning on working out tomorrow after work. So look for another video from me. It's gonna happen, just you watch.